Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Comedy Cellar Nightly show, which happens once a week. I am not Dave Juskow. I guess I'm kind of like the regular guest host now. Alon Altman, good to be here with you guys. I'm sure we got Aunt Judy and the crew in the chat coming in soon. And of course, I'm here with Mike Suarez. Hey, Mike.
Hey, what's going on?
Not much. I'm excited about today's show. I have good feelings. I don't know what that means, but I'm looking forward to it. We got a really great guest coming on in a few minutes. We got Eagle Wit, who is a hilarious comedian. And if you guys don't know him, you will one day. He's definitely going to blow up and be huge. And you're going to say, wow, can't believe we were on the Cellar Nightly show with Eagle Wit. They're not going to say it about me or you, Mike, but everyone else will say it about Eagle, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So how's your week going, Mike?
It's going well. It's only Tuesday, so nothing too crazy so far. But it's been good. Nothing bad's happened. What about you?
Yeah, nothing bad has happened. That is good. That sounds so sad. Nothing terrible. Something weird happened at the end of last week. I was hanging out. I was going to meet someone near the cellar, and I was across the street, and a crazy guy, as there are on McDougal Street, as you know. Many crazy people love to hang out on that street. And this guy was there. He was flailing around and threatening my buddy before I got to him. And then luckily, as they were about to have an altercation, I couldn't find my friend because I'm really bad at seeing. I have bad vision. So even though I was like 2 feet away, I called him on the phone. And by him picking up his phone, that kind of distracted the crazy guy. And the crazy guy walked away and hit somebody else instead. He did one of those, he bonked the guy on the head like this. So I think that was me.
Someone else took your punch?
Yeah. Well, it took my friend's punch. I think I somehow would have avoided it. Although I'm a very easy target. I have always avoided street altercations somehow.
Well, that's good. That's a good policy.
Do you get into fights? Do people try to pick fights with you?
No, luckily. They ask me for money, but no one ever asked me to fight.
And when you say, no, I don't have any money, do they believe you? Or are they like, no, come on, man?
I usually don't answer. But sometimes I'll stop themselves mid-sentence. Hey, do you have a... Probably not. Oh, you're right.
Yeah. They're like, if I get anything, I'll actually come split it with you.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't know this was your corner.
Yeah. Yeah. Who gives out the turf around here? I guess I got the wrong memo. I'm looking at last week's. I forgot. They re-divvy it every week.
I gotta talk to Deborah. Oh, man.
Oh, and Judy's here. Hey, Judy, how are you? So if you guys don't know, Dave is in Ireland right now. Amazingly, he is there with Jeff Ross, living it up. I saw they were drinking Guinness. I'm sure he'll show those pictures to everybody next week. I'm kind of jealous.
To have a breakfast Guinness with Jeff Ross.
Yeah, although, he said he wrote top of the morning and they had a Guinness, but he posted it in our morning, which I think is their afternoon. So I don't really know how breakfasty it was. It seemed really cool to us, but to them, they're just drinking at 3 p.m.
Yep.
But I do feel like those authentic Guinnesses must be good. The ones that are fresh from the factory. Because don't you think it loses something when it crosses the ocean?
Well, I think the ones they serve here are bottled here, aren't they?
Oh, so they have nothing to do with Ireland. They just give us the recipe and we do it ourselves?
I think so.
Oh, that's kind of disappointing. I was hoping that the ones in Ireland would be so much better.
Yeah, because the bottles are dirty.
Yeah. I heard that they have Guinness has anchovies in it or something like that. Did you know that?
No,
it has some kind of fish. One of the ingredients, not like a major ingredient. It's not like you're drinking a fish, but some small portion of the ingredient is made from fish, which makes it non-vegan.
Interesting. I know they're Caesar dressing, but
yeah, Caesar dressing, Guinness beer. You mix them together. That's what we call a black and tan in some parts of the world.
Oh, no! It no longer uses isinglass, the formal name for fish bladder, to filter their products.
Oh, they got rid of it.
Yeah.
Oh, someone complained.
So for the last 5 years, I guess they stopped, which is a weird way to filter your drink with fish bladder.
Yeah, it's kind of like using lambskin condoms. It's like this weird, all natural, gross thing that people used to do.
Yep, to filter their.
And it's like, come on, we get technology now. Oh, hey, Angela. Hey, Judith. You saw the pictures already. I'm right. Yes, it was the afternoon. I am correct about that. Yeah, it's kind of weird. Like, so I wonder if they haven't changed the formula in Europe, if this is like only for Americans that they made that change, but in Ireland it might be still the real deal.
Probably. I think in Ireland it's just been the same old rag since 1700.
Yeah. It's not even a fish bladder. They filter it through a dirty rag.
Yeah, it was enchanted by a gypsy, and now that's why there's a harp on the label.
Yeah, that's the harp that belonged to that gypsy or fairy or leprechaun or whatever it was.
It's a will-o-wisp.
But don't worry, folks. At the end of the night, they squeeze out the rag. So
yeah,
it's that's
how you close the
morning.
evening. You squeeze out the rag into a dog's bowl, and then a ghost of a old wolfhound drinks it by morning.
I liked how for a second you went with an Irish accent there, and then you went away from it.
Oh, I just flipped our old man.
A dog's bowl.
I think it was just I end up sounding too much like Dave Attell when he does his weird accent. So I stop it all the time. So.
It's a good Attell. Oh, you know, I wrote some monologue jokes to since this is the nightly show, I'll do them now.
Go.
These are going to be real classics. I remember I did this the last time I hosted, and I feel like I got crickets, so it'll be the same this time.
Well, that's because there's no one in the room.
Yeah, well, last time we had Gianmarco Ceresi was on, and I feel like he wasn't giving me enough.
He also had his pet cricket in this.
Yeah, right. I blame it on the cricket. He should have known. Put the cricket in the other room. All right, so what's going on in the news this week? An American tourist fell into the crater at Mount Vesuvius while taking a selfie. The good news is the man survived. The bad news is the selfie only got 12 Instagram likes. Okay, Angela says LOL. Thank you, Angela. Researchers at NYU have been implanting pig hearts into brain-dead people on life support, also known as freshmen.
Is that for school or just for fun? Is that something?
No, for research. They figured out, like, they've been testing out these pig hearts for a while on different people. And the one guy lived, I think last year, he lived for like 59 days and then he died. So what they're doing now is they're trying to test it on, like, if someone's brain dead, they're basically dead already, but their body's still alive. They could really go nuts. And so they're putting in these pig hearts and then, like, amping up, like, going full strenuous heart strength, seeing, like, how much these hearts can take. And so far, so good. They're actually doing really well.
This is how a supervillain start, by the way. This is how you...
Yeah. It's the beginning of a zombie movie.
Army of homunculuses to do your bidding.
A homunculus? Is that what you said?
Yeah, homunculus is what I said. But yeah.
Okay.
I think that's a homunculi. Is that the right word?
It sounds like the right word. I don't know, but I totally believe it. Oh, Anonymous is asking if we have slides. Yes, there will be slides later on when we have our guest on. So no worries. And don't worry, this time I have a couple of cute animals. I learned my lesson last time. All right, back to the monologue. 8-year-old Prince George attended the men's Wimbledon final with his parents, Prince William and Princess Kate Middleton. When asked if the young prince would one day be a professional athlete, Kate responded, "No, his bones are brittle from generations of royal inbreeding." Not good for athletics when you are an inbred royal. But he's cute. He's cute for now. So that's good. And finally, this week, non-alcoholic liquor sales in the U.S. grew 116% last year. Because I think consumers find that this is the perfect drink for people who don't want the negative side effects of alcohol, but still want the bad taste. Well, that is the monologue, folks.
I don't want to be drunk, but I still want a bottle to throw.
Yeah, right. I want a heavy glass bottle. I want to still look like a drunk. Can I pretend like I'm drunk? I still want to have that burning sensation when I take a drink, rather than the deliciousness of something like, say, Gatorade or Yoo-Hoo, which is just 100% perfect. Have you ever mixed Gatorade with Yoo-Hoo?
No, I figured that would coagulate. I don't know if that'd be a good mix.
Yeah, I think it's one of those drinks you have to shake a lot and drink right after shaking. Kind of like that salad dressing, like oil and vinegar. You got to have it right after the shake.
Yeah, isn't that Russian dressing? Is that how you make it?
No, I thought Russian was something else because that's almost like French dressing, right? It's like got that pink flavor to it. If
That's
you're
how
in the
you make.
chat,
That's how
tell
you
us
make.
what Russian dressing is.
So you make a Wendy's Frosty, I believe. It's the.
Oh, that sounds. I love Wendy's Frosties. That's the best of the fast food milkshakes in my mind.
The one, yeah, maybe it doesn't have any dairy in it, so yeah.
I think it does. I think it's got remnants. It's kind of like a Guinness, how it sort of has a little bit of fish. I think
it also has a little bit of fish.
Yeah, well, it probably has seaweed because I think a lot of the stuff that makes things so thick like that is some kind of seaweed extract. It's one of those things that's in like a million foods and no one really thinks about it, but it's a little bit gross also.
Yeah, there is dairy in it. You're right.
Okay, good. So they could technically still call it a sort of a milkshake.
Yeah.
It's funny how like foods have these like rules, like when it can be called ice cream versus dairy dessert or whatever. Like I have this ice cream from Trader Joe's. It's like frozen bonbons, and it's called it says chocolatey coating. Oh, no, it says frozen dairy dessert in a chocolatey coating, which means that it's not ice cream and it's not chocolate. It's chocolatey. And also, like, you ever have like a belt that says genuine leather?
Oh yeah, it's not real leather then, right?
It's real, but it's like the lowest grade of what they can call leather. It's like the worst possible leather, but you always think that must be the best leather because it sounds really good, right? Like genuine. This is the real deal.
It's low quality leather.
Really low quality. And, you know, Europeans complain about American chocolate, actually, because they say that our chocolate is not up to the same standards as European chocolate. Like, right. I've heard someone say that our chocolate tastes like chalk.
That's what happens when you don't let children make it for you.
Yeah, or Oompa Loompas or whatever. By the way, where did Willy Wonka live? It felt so European, but those kids were mostly American, right? And he's American.
No, well, Augustus was foreign, but I think the other ones were all American, yeah.
Yeah, Mike TV, definitely American. Violet Beauregarde, American. But the town that they live in the movie just looks, in the original movie, I'm not even going to talk about the new one. It definitely has a look like it's Amsterdam or something.
Scruffy.
Scruffy says, shite is what you call our chocolate? Shite?
Yes.
Well, this is what I say to you, Scruffy. If you think our chocolate tastes like chalk, I say that's why it's called chocolate. It's in the name. No one should be surprised that it's got a chalky texture. That's my response. Veruca was British. That is correct. Yes.
Yes. Veruca Salt.
And then there was a band, right? There was a band, Veruca Salt.
Yes.
90s alternative girl band, I believe.
Yeah, Can't Stop This Either.
Yeah, right. I have that song on my playlist. I was like, I need more women on my 90s alternative playlist. So then I was like, Veruca Salt, aha. And then I heard that song and I said, yeah, this is pretty good.
Yeah, put Liz Phair. I think she's less screechy.
I think I got her on there too. It's like once you get one of them, then Spotify starts recommending to you. And if anyone wants to see my playlist, I don't think public, unlike the Billy Joel A to Z Hidden Gems playlist, if you guys are into that one that Dave put up. I'll try to make it public. It was called Alternative/90s/OOs. And it's just songs Alon remembers. I don't know if it's good or not, but you guys can let me know. I'll try to find a way to get it up there on Spotify. Let's see. Anonymous says, I want an Oompa Loompa. I want an Oompa Loompa now. That is Veruca Salt. She was the spoiled one who got the golden egg.
Golden egg?
Well, because then she goes to that egg scene where there are swans laying eggs that are actually made of gold. And then they put her up on the scale and it says bad egg. And then she goes down and dies.
Yes.
Because they all die.
Well, they're all at the end, but they're all violently disfigured.
Well, in the new one, I call it the new one. It's from, I think it's already 15 years old. But in that one, you see them afterwards being violently disfigured.
Yeah.
So at least you're like, okay, they're alive. In the book, I think they also are alive, right?
They're all violently disfigured.
Yeah. And in the movie, there's a movie, they're just like, hey, let's let them just be dead. There's no, they take, the Oompa Loompas take the parents away to some back room to comfort them, I think. And
I think the real bad guy is Charlie's grandfather who pretended he couldn't walk for years.
Yes, I love that. There's a whole subreddit devoted to Charlie Bucket's grandfather, Grandpa Joe, being the most evil character in cinema and book history,
Yeah.
and they make a convincing case about it.
Yeah. I mean, there's one man trying to support them all. He's staying in bed with the other 3 grandparents who can't walk, and then the moment he gets a chance to do something, he's like, you know what? I think I can move now.
Chocolate factory, here I go. Yeah. And also, like, there's one point in the movie where he like buys Charlie chocolate. He's like, here, I used my tobacco money for this. And it's like, this guy's been buying tobacco. This family's so poor, and this guy can't give up his smoking habit. They're eating crusts of moldy bread. But I think he's a good dancer. So, that goes a long way, because think about like someone like Chris Brown. Awful person personally, but a really good dancer. So we forgive him to some extent. So Chris Brown is kind of like the Grandpa Joe of the music world. I've just come up with this theory right now, but I think I like it, and I think there's something there. It feels like a bit I could try in a Brooklyn room.
Yeah, you don't see all the bruises under the blanket, so.
Yeah, it goes both ways. Right. We got to get Chris Brown over to Charlie Bucket's house to start beating up on the 4 grandparents in bed. That's why they stayed in bed so long.
Yeah, because he's been punching them the whole time. That
Just
jerk.
not stop punching. Angela says we don't forgive Michael Jackson's.
Yeah. I think most people don't.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of a tough thing. I think you still listen to the music, though. You might not actively listen to it, but if it comes on the radio, like, Anonymous, the views of Alon Altman do not represent the views of the chat. I can't believe that, like, you have to say it about me. You usually have Dave here who's saying something mildly racist, and I'm not even defending Chris Brown, but I'm getting it now.
It'll be mildly racist, but against like the French. It won't be like
yeah. It'll be against a group that no one knows still exists. He'll be like, those Prussians had it.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, that doesn't exist as a country anymore, so I think it's okay for him to say that.
I think he's more xenophobic than.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's really anything. Or people who have parades. We know he's against parades, so that always becomes a thing. Chocolatey is a long way from scrumdiddlyumptious.
That is true.
That is true. By the way, one of my favorite things in that movie also is when they're licking the wallpaper. And he's like, the strawberry tastes like strawberry. The banana tastes like banana. The schnozberry tastes like schnozberry. And apparently schnozberry is like British slang for penises.
Oh.
I never knew that. I thought they just made up a fake berry. But it's a filthy, filthy wallpaper that they're making these people lick penis tasting things.
Anonymous is with Dave on parades. I haven't had to endure any of them yet, but I can see his frustration.
You never attended a parade?
Here in the city, I haven't been affected by one.
Oh, yeah. I always figure out like when to just not go places. It's easy, I think, easy enough to avoid. But
for him, they're all right by his door, so he can't leave without having to deal with them. So
yeah. Who can avoid? I think parades want to always end at Dave Juskow's door. That's just like usually the parade route.
He lives on 124 Parade Street, so that is.
Yeah, why did he should have known Parade Street? There's probably parades here, or it was like founded by some guy named Jimmy Parade. That happens sometimes too. Did you know what's it called out in like I think it's in Jersey, the Outer Bridge crossing? Is that what that's called? Outer Bridge?
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah. You always think that's the name. It's because it's the Outer Bridge. It's named after like this family called the Outer Bridges. Isn't that so appropriate?
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
And they were like big time tennis players at the turn of the 20th century. I swear they have some kind of weird. I'm going to look it up. They have a weird tennis connection. Where is it? Description.
They're out of Bailey's Bay.
I can't find this information.
Eugenius
now I feel like I'm making the whole
Harvey
thing up.
Outer Bridge.
Ah, okay, yes.
He
And
was a
what's his
businessman and promoter of a patent fiberboard.
So where's the tennis connection?
I don't see that yet.
Tennis rackets used to be made of patent fiberboard. His other siblings, maybe one of these people, Joseph Outerbridge. No, he's a prominent Bermudian businessman. Here, his sister, Mary Ewing Outerbridge, was the founder of the American lawn tennis, which was the founder of American lawn tennis, which was the progenitor of modern tennis.
Okay.
So without Outerbridge and his sister, Mary Ewing Outerbridge, the sport of tennis would not exist.
Interesting.
And that's why he gets named after the 14th best water crossing in the New York tri-state area. 14th might be generous. It could be like 50th. I don't even know.
Well, thank you, Outerbridge.
Thank you, Outerbridge. We salute you, Mr. Outerbridge. There should be a holiday for you. So I don't know where our guest is right now, but maybe we should move on to the slideshow in the meantime.
Sounds good.
I haven't gotten any message from him. You don't have an email or anything, do you?
He just popped up right now, actually.
Oh, good. Okay. Eagle, I was just like, where's our guest?
What's going on? How you doing? Sorry I'm late.
Doing good. Eagle, welcome to the show. If you guys don't know, Eagle Wit is a Comedy Cellar regular. You could see him there all the time. And like I was saying to Mike at the beginning of the show, you guys, if you don't know him yet, you'll know him soon because Eagle is going to blow up one day.
Oh.
And we're all going to look back on this, which is going to be on YouTube for history. Everyone's going to always look back to this YouTube for that early Eagle Wit content and be like, what was he doing on this one show with that weird guy? That's what's going to happen. Eagle, where are you right now?
I'm at my crib. Is it just us in here? Me and you, Elon?
Yeah, Mike Suarez is here, but only as like the God Mike. So you can hear him talking.
Hey, Eagle.
What's going on, man?
And then we got a chat. We got comments on the right side from our live viewers.
Okay, cool.
So normally the way the show works, Eagle, since you're not familiar with it, Dave Juskow hosts this show weekly on behalf of the Comedy Cellar because when COVID happened, there was no shows, so they started having these YouTube shows, and now it still exists and it's still in some corner of the internet. This goes up on the Comedy Cellar's YouTube channel, and we have we got some loyal listeners here, such as Anonymous. Do you know Anonymous?
Oh, me and Anonymous go way back.
Anonymous is probably one of the people who sends confessions to Eagle on his Instagram. If you guys don't know, oh yeah, and that's a good question. Is Eagle Wit your real name? Let them know.
Yes, it is my real name.
It is his real name. He was blessed like me with a strange name that people remember or forget. Did people ever make fun of you when you were a kid for that name?
When I was a little kid, I got a lot of Eagle Fly Away, and I thought that was real corny.
What about like that song? I like Fly Like an Eagle. Did people give you that?
Oh yeah, I got Fly Like an Eagle. I definitely got
that was on the Space Jam soundtrack.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
You ever see me in glasses, bro? Look at that.
I don't know. I didn't know. I was telling people how cool you were, but now I'm going to take it back.
You gotta take it back.
Eagle is one of the biggest nerds in comedy, if you didn't know. Do you wear like contacts day to day?
No, yeah, I wear contacts day to day. When I'm in my crib, I have my glasses on.
Wow, look at this. Eagle's got some of the best hair in the business, so he and I, we're some of the good hair comedians. We have that in common.
You do have some nice hair, bro.
Thank you. I kind of commented myself there. I kind of forced you into the compliment.
No, it's all good, man. I was gonna mention it. It's a footnote I had. I was like, oh, I gotta tell him he's got nice hair.
And I got a fan blowing on me right now, so I can make it extra wispy if I want. I'm turning up the volume.
I got a fan in here, but I'm a bitch about my fan.
You know what? It's not working. The fan's going, but my hair's staying still. It's just that it's like a helmet. So Eagle, you got some good stuff going on right now. You're appearing in the next season of Pause with Sam J. Is that correct?
Oh no, I already appeared. I appeared this season.
I meant appearing like it's happening right now. It's
yeah. I did episode 7.
Episode 7. If you guys watch it in the chat there, let us know how you liked Eagle's appearance. Eagle is a very good actor, I feel like, because you're very animated on stage, and that translates well to like real acting, I think.
We'll see. I don't know. I think so. Maybe we'll see.
No, not we'll see. You're gonna be. You said everyone, like so many people that we know, were posting on like Twitter and Instagram today that they got Emmy nominations. Did you see that?
Oh yeah, the Emmy nomination.
Like all these people who like are on writing staffs for TV shows are like, oh, I got an Emmy for this, for that, and like, you know, one day, we'll get some of that award love. I feel like.
I did my own TV show. Elon Altman is hands down welcome to the staff writing crew for sure. Elon's the
All
only
right.
comic that's ever given me a tag on a joke that worked. That I was like, oh, I can use this, and he's done it multiple times.
That's always like a good honor to me when I could give someone a joke, especially of your caliber, and like that you could use it and make it work. It's really cool to see. And plus, like we were saying, we were hanging out the other night. I was like, you're someone I can give jokes to that I could never do myself. Also, if I think of an idea, I'm like, maybe Eagle could try something like this because this is something that I cannot say.
To me, that's the magic. Is like you know, there's good writers and they'll like listen to your set and try to like tag it up. And then there's good writers that also understand that everybody's got a different voice. And you very much like write, whenever you give me a tag, it's for my voice. I'm like, oh, this is how I talk. This is like how I make jokes.
Yeah. Yeah. And you do have a very distinct voice, which is a good thing. And by the way, what's cool right now is like you just posted that Bob Dylan joke on your Instagram, which I think is a hilarious joke about Bob Dylan, which is, I'm not going to spoil it for anybody, but what I like is that you didn't save it. Like it's a new joke. It's hitting really hard. And you weren't like, oh, I'm only going to post my crowd work. I don't want to post any of my bits. Like, you're like, it's funny. I'm putting it out there.
Well, I put it out there because Bob Dylan's like 140 years old. And I know once he dies, the joke won't be funny anymore. So I was like, I just get rid of it because I don't know when he's going to die. He could die any day.
Yeah, it's like doing a topical joke about COVID. You're like, get it out. Get it out now. Hey, when he does die, you're going to have another bump because then you could repost it and be like, R.I.P. Bob. I loved you. Here's that joke I did about you.
Get some Bob Dylan fan hate. This is in poor taste. Why would you post this now?
Oh yeah, they're gonna hate it because at first they're gonna be like, "This is great," and then like later in the joke they're gonna be like, "Wait a second, I don't know if this guy really does like Bob Dylan.
What the fuck is this?
What is going on?"
I'm reading all these. Comments.
All the comments, yeah. Oh yeah, Scruffy, that's a good question. Eagle, what was your journey to get into the cellar? Everyone has an interesting story of how they get to the cellar.
I had opened for Dan Natterman. I was 3 or 4 years into comedy. I had opened for Dan Natterman, some shitty gig in Long Island at a synagogue. And I did good. I did really well. And then I just went back. And then I did it again. They asked me back like a month later or something like that. And I did it again, did really well again. And I took the train back with Dan. We became cool. We got each other on Facebook. He asked me about all the clubs. And he was like, how's work? How's like everybody, all the clubs treating you? And I was like, oh, I work everywhere. Because I was 3-4 years in and I did work everywhere except for the cellar. So in my mind.
Right, because you don't even think of that as a possibility at that stage.
Exactly, dog. You don't even think like the cellar. That's like years down the line. So I was like, oh, I work everywhere. And he was like, the cellar? And he knew I didn't work the cellar. And I was like, the cellar? And he was like, and I was like, nah, but that's like years down the line. He was like, why? And I was like, I don't know. Like, I'm not ready. I'm new. He's like, nah, you're ready. And he wrecked me.
That's great.
Yeah. Dan's great. Dan's casting couch. That's right. Dan fucked me. That's really
that's what you are his type. No, not at all. But Dan's great, very funny, very quirky guy, and it's really cool that it's nice when like established comedians like that can stick their neck out for someone.
It was really cool, man. Forever a fan of Dan Natterman. I'm forever loyal.
Yeah, and that's also not someone you would expect, right? You never be like, oh, how'd Eagle get into the cellar? Dan Natterman.
It's so different. We have the most different of styles.
Yeah. See, that's something I would like to see you try a Dan Natterman joke on stage one time, just to hear like your delivery of it. Like, my Aunt Sheila.
He's got such great jokes, man. I love Natterman's jokes.
Yeah. Really funny guy. Were you always like a funny kid in school also before you did comedy?
Yeah. But you know what's crazy? I don't remember saying like, I was like funny growing up, but when I look back on it, I couldn't tell you one funny thing I said growing up. Like, I don't know why I was funny. Like, everybody I grew up with was like, yo, you were always funny. And I'm like, yeah, but what was I saying? Like, I don't remember. I remember not being funny at all, even though people were always laughing. I was like, what the fuck was I saying?
Yeah. But just like in conversation or whatever, you could just
find
the right moments.
Yeah, I don't know what I was doing.
I can only remember like when I would bomb as a kid.
Yeah.
Like one time I tried to say a funny line in class and it got crickets, and I still think about that. Like, it was like the worst. Because Because usually I did good. I usually had like I would be kind of quiet, and then I come in with like a real funny thing just to like crack everybody up, even the teacher. And then like this one time, man, it just sucked. That's why I do comedy, I think, just because I had one bomb in 6th grade.
You had to make up for it.
Yeah. Right. Everyone has like their different motivations. Like, what are you trying to? What do you feel like motivates you in comedy?
At this point, it's gonna sound really weird. I'm sure if comics see this, they're gonna hate this answer. But I feel like I have too much potential to not like work hard to see how great I could be off that potential. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm like comedy's too easy for me to like be lazy about it. I'm like, if I'm lazy about it, I'm wasting like a natural talent. Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, I think that's a good point. That's like if Russell Westbrook didn't go and play in the NBA. I just wanted to throw out your favorite basketball player there.
Hey man, I appreciate it, man. You're a guy who knows who's interviewing. You did your research.
But no, I get what you're saying. It's kind of like you owe it to yourself. Like you see you're really good at this, and you're like, if you could half-ass it, or you can go like balls to the wall and just see like what is the ceiling.
Yeah, exactly. So that's really what inspires me. I'm just like, I just want to be like in an argument. I want people to be arguing about who's the best comic ever, and I'm in the argument, and they end up in a fist fight because one of them really believes I'm the best.
Yeah. And there probably are people out there, right? Because like you had a lot of fans, and like these are like young people who maybe don't know Richard Pryor and like Eddie Murphy and stuff. So like in their world, they're like the best comedian in the world of all time is Eagle Witt, because like he's this guy I seen on TikTok and stuff.
Maybe, that'd be dope. Maybe
there's definitely people who you're their favorite. There probably even people who I'm their favorite, like Aunt Judy in the chat here.
Well, you're my goat. I usually go Elon Altman, then Richard Pryor.
Then that's the Mount Rushmore of comedy for most people. So you're not alone with that thought.
Yeah, Elon, Pryor, Chappelle, Rock.
It's pretty interchangeable, really. Yeah, it's like the Mount Rushmore of great black comedians, and somehow I'm still on it. Like something went wrong here. We don't really know how he got on here, but we don't want to question it either. So
that's funny.
We're good with that. Oh, so Eagle, one thing that we do on this show is when Dave is hosting the show, he always has slides that he shows, different pictures of random things throughout the week. So, and then we just kind of talk about it and just joke about it or just go through it, whatever. And the chat loves this kind of stuff. So what I'm gonna do now is start the slideshow, get those glasses on, back to Nerd Eagle, and these are just some pictures I put together from random things that I saw. Let's see here. How do I share?
Who is Comedy Cellar Nightly? Is that Liz?
That's Mike.
It's just my, yeah. I'm not sure Liz knows we exist right now. Maybe she does.
She does, but she has too many other things to worry about. So
I'm so blind. I think I read Anonymous. I like Mike Suarez as that being Mike Suarez.
Just talks about himself there. I'm trying to get this to open. It's not working right now.
Trying to share your screen?
Can I just do an entire screen? Will that work?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll go full screen here. All right. So if this first picture, this is from the.
Well, you got to share your screen first.
I didn't share my screen first?
No.
What a noob. Oh, okay. I got to press allow. All right. Here we are. All right, so now you guys can see it?
I'm waiting for you to go to that. There we go.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So this is Joey Chestnut and the lady who I don't know if she came in second or if there was like a ladies championship too. They shouldn't really segregate it. I think they should be both in the same contest.
Whoa, there's a girls version of the hot dog eating competition?
Yeah, Eagle is just turned on right now.
I'm not gonna lie, man. It's kind of sexy.
Yes. Slide into his DMs there, hot dog eating lady. She's like 42 hot dogs in 12 minutes.
I don't know why they separated though. I agree. I don't think that should be separated. Girls can eat fast too. My girlfriend eats way faster than me. She eats crazy fast.
Yeah, same with my wife. She always finishes before me. Thing is, I chew too much. Like, are you a big chewer?
I'm a big chewer. I'm a big talker. You know what I mean? Like I drink a lot in between bites.
Me too. Yeah, and I do like 20 bites before I swallow.
Yeah. I chew. Yeah, chew. You gotta chew it, man.
But check out, see, this is why Joey Chestnut's the champ. Like, look at these teeth. I never noticed it, but these are like jagged, like shark teeth. Look at Like, can you guys see I'm zooming in here?
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
Who
He's
has
got an
teeth that
extra
do
row.
this? And also, check out all the fillings this guy has. Just black everywhere in these teeth.
I was gonna say, yeah, he's got some fucked up teeth.
He's all about the hot dog eating and not about the brushing. That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's not that there's 2 separate competitions; there's 2 separate world records. So that's what they're going for every year.
So they compete at the same time, but she wins the women's world record.
They probably do them separately.
Okay. Well, anyway,
I never go to it, so I couldn't tell you for sure.
Yeah, I've never been to this, but I like watching it when I remember that it's on. It's amazing. It's just absolutely amazing. Trying to get to the next picture. I'm not sure it's letting me do
How
that.
many hot dogs do you think you could eat in the time that they eat it, bro?
I could eat 2.
How long do they give us? How long do they give them?
12 minutes, I think.
12 minutes? I think I could eat like. Well, that's the thing. Hot dogs are kind of. Yeah, you're right. I guess 2, because I wouldn't want to eat more than 2.
Yeah, right. At that point, you're gonna vomit anyway. This
Yeah.
was the July 4th fireworks.
Fire.
Nice angle people had. I didn't do anything like that. I was at the Cellar, actually. I didn't get to see fireworks this year, so this is my first view of them. Looked pretty good.
I had to see them; they were nice.
You gotta have a good angle, though. This is a cool angle. You get to see like the whole thing. If you're in the Bronx, you get to see just the ones that people do in the neighborhood, I think. So it's not all the same.
So that was
And
just
then-
a car on fire.
Sometimes, yeah. I think it was not last summer, but 2020 summer. It was fireworks every day for like over a month. It was so festive. A little scary too. One time they were coming really close to my window. I was like, can this hurt me? What's happening here?
Yeah, COVID fireworks, quarantine fireworks. People were really having fun for a while.
And people were like weird. They were like, where are they getting these fireworks? They were like, are people spending their stimulus check on fireworks?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then people thought the cops were like sending them into neighborhoods to like just make them noisy and annoying. People were trying to defund the police. So they were like, well, here's fireworks for you. I don't know. There are all these weird conspiracies, but I think people just were buying a lot of fireworks.
I think so too. I think we were bored.
It's usually the simplest explanation. Speaking of fireworks, this is the real fireworks. This was the first image that came out yesterday from the James Webb Space Telescope. This is a view of the deepest, darkest place in the night sky. This is about as big as if you held up a grain of sand at arm's length when you're looking at the sky. That's how much this covers. It's like, nope, it's like a 0% of the sky has like hundreds of galaxies that we could see in this little picture here.
I just don't understand how people can't believe in aliens. I can't fathom how people don't believe in aliens. I don't get
Right. It's infinite. The amount of different worlds that are out there are so big. How could there not be like one other one that has something that moves and crawls?
Like it just can't be just. There's no way it could be just us.
Right. I'm with you on that.
This is
I
just-
am kind of scared though about them coming to get us.
Are you scared of aliens coming here?
Yeah, because Stephen Hawking was saying that like if there's another civilization that's advanced enough that it could receive our messages and do interstellar travel and come visit us, the chances of it being a nice civilization are like really not very high. It's probably going to be like in the movies. It's going to be like Independence Day. It's going to want to like enslave us or use us for food or something.
I think the smarter species get, the more evil species get.
Yeah.
Like animals are like genuinely like just nice. If they kill each other, it's like for food. You know what I mean? And we're like human beings, and we're smarter, and we're like murdering each other for real. Like we're like, yo, I don't want to eat you. I just want to kill you. Like that's crazy.
Yeah, exactly right. It's we're doomed. We really shouldn't even be sending out signals to space. I feel
That's a good point. Yeah, aliens probably fuck us up if they came here.
they would, but maybe not me. Because like I'm a likable guy. I feel like they might be like, hey, we need this little clown around for our amusement.
There you go.
I'll be like, oh, I'll do a dance for you guys. Here's what this image looked like from the Hubble telescope. This is doing a back and forth, the new image and the old image, so you can see just how much better this new telescope is.
Wow, what an amazing new telescope.
It's like a good Instagram filter.
That yeah, it's a good point. It really doesn't do much.
It's like better, but you're like, most of these things were there. It's definitely way better. I'm sure for scientists, this is like amazing, but it's more
Totally
colorful
worth
now.
$1 billion.
$10 billion.
$10 billion just to get some more colors in your picture?
Yeah, but you get
Boo.
stuff like this. Like, check this one out. This is amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, I guess.
Yeah.
Does it really give them information though, or are they just looking at a cooler picture?
No, they can tell. Like you could tell from the color of a star what temperature it is.
Oh,
And
that's
how
cool.
big it is, and all these kind of things, the age of it. It's like really crazy, like how much they could tell just from looking at it. I don't even get it, but like they could tell. They could tell how far it is. They could tell by how it's like being distorted.
Somebody said, yeah, maybe they can help us cut down on mass shootings and give us abortion back. You know what I always think about? I always think about like alien movies, how like, I mean, obviously we're in America, so like it always like, our movies always take place here for the most part. But it's like, who's to say aliens wouldn't come here and land in another country and never even come to America? Like they just start fucking up another country and they never even come over here.
Yeah, right. Why us?
Big planet. Why us? Like, why they gotta land in New York every time? Like, I just don't see that being the only option.
New York's the best, baby.
Yeah, they get like the timeout guide, and they're like, oh, this is the place to be.
Well, you're gonna go to Paris to get a slice.
Come on, get out of here.
Come on, take over New York.
Yeah, maybe those fruity French aliens. I don't know. So here's a picture. This is the Hajj pilgrimage in Mecca. But what I think is interesting, so this is the big annual pilgrimage for Muslims. This is just south of Mecca. Check out the colorful umbrellas these guys have. Even in New York, it's all black. These guys, this is how you got to do it.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yellow, green, white, red.
That's nice.
Yeah. Elon, make it fill the screen because they can see the chat from.
Oh, but I'm trying to see the chat also because I can't see it when I have full screen.
Right. Well, you're showing it to the world. So.
Oh, it should not be there?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. All right, back to full screen. Oh, so I see. So you're saying on the thing, normally it only shows what you put up, like when you highlight it. All right. Well, if you highlight one, read it out to me because I can't actually see it.
Yeah, I'll put it on the screen.
All right.
We'll read it.
Here is Tiger Woods at a recent tournament. And look at these people harassing. How does this guy, I mean, he's the greatest golfer of all time. How can he deal? How can you play a sport when you have everyone with their phones out, like literally a foot from you?
It really looks like they're not giving him enough room. It really looks like they should give him just a few more feet. Like that is extremely close on him.
Yeah, like this guy's going to get a nut shot right here with the backswing. Right? He's definitely getting the nut shot.
That's what he's hoping for. Look at that smile.
Is Tiger Woods good yet? Like, is he good again?
No, I think he's still not good. I think he'll have like one good round, but he can't sustain it for the full tournament. If he could just get his back right, I feel like he still has potential to win a major.
I think so too. I think before he dies, he'll win again.
Look at this guy.
Whatever.
This guy's skeptical of Tiger's skills. What's going on? Who is this guy again? This guy's kind of surprised.
That
Faces in a crowd.
Is definitely about to cheat on her husband with Tiger. She's like, let's give him another scandal.
Yes, definitely. She must be with this guy, right? They have the same hat.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so does this guy, and so does this guy.
Yeah, maybe they're all together.
They're all wearing the same hat. What kind of tournament is this? Meanwhile, speaking of goats, here's a goat with really, really long ears.
Oh my God, is that LeBron James?
This is the goat of goats, LeBron James. Well, if LeBron had big ears, it's definitely who's better, this goat or LeBron James? I'm not sure.
It's got to be this goat.
It's like
some people say
Christmas or something.
It's like Dumbo if he was a goat.
I like how this goat's facial expression, even its body, it's posing like, yeah, I'm sexy. Like that's like a model pose.
Yeah, he knows he's the best. But by the way, did they choose this guy to demonstrate the goat because he's also got big ears?
Maybe.
It's
this
very
goat
strange.
Really does have like a I'm hot face going on right now.
Yeah, it's giving the side eye.
Yeah.
This goat should be a meme. It's got everything. By the way, have you ever heard those rumors that like if you have really long ears, you have a really long penis? It's not actually true. It is debunked right here on the Comedy Cellar Nightly show.
It's just a stub of a penis on a goat.
Just a little stub. It's all in the ear. He just shoves his ears into his companions.
I wonder if goats know that they represent the greatest of all time.
Yeah, right. Their status has gotten so much better as an animal ever since goat became a phrase.
Yeah, they're killing it.
Yeah. Speaking of small penises, this is from the Tour de France. This guy, he won stage 3. His name, something Belgian. It sounds like Joran van der Sloot, but it's not him, obviously. That was the guy who killed Natalie Holloway. But he, yeah, I don't know how these bike guys, man, it's rough.
I mean, that looks uncomfortable.
It looked uncomfortable. Here's another goat, Simone Biles, getting the Presidential Medal of Freedom from Biden, who I think is probably smelling her hair.
Yo, that nigga gets older every time I see him. Jesus.
He's looking very leathery now. Not even leathery, it's like paper thin. You know when old guy's skin gets like paper, like really, really thin, like you could just tear it? That's what he's starting to look like.
Wow. He looks so old. I'm like, I can't even focus on Simone. He just looks so old. It's wild to me how old he looks. It's an old ass president, yo.
Yeah.
Simone looks happy. Good for her.
She looks really happy. She's got a gigantic ring on her finger, by the way.
Who is she? She's a football player, right?
Is she?
Yeah, I think she was an NFL player.
Okay. Oh man, that's gonna be an athletic kid.
Oh yeah.
A running back for sure.
Oh yeah.
Like with her legs on a athletic NFL guy's body.
Oh, beast.
Jonathan Owens.
Jonathan Owens. Who's he play for?
I don't know if he plays for anybody.
Oh really?
Oh,
Yeah.
just some guy.
Just some guy, huh?
Good for him.
Oh yeah, you got Simone Biles. It's lit.
Here, I just wanted to show. This is from NBA Summer League 2 years ago. This is, or actually, I think maybe last year's. This is back in happier times for the Lakers when this is Russell Westbrook and the other GOAT, LeBron James, enjoying one of the games. I like their T-shirt style in this picture.
Man, yo, it is hard. Let me tell you something. It is hard being a Russell Westbrook fan, and I try. I really do.
I'm with you on it though. I like him a lot because I love stats. I like seeing guys fill up the box score.
Oh, Jonathan Owens, he plays for the Texans, the Houston.
Yeah. He's only 5'11". I thought he'd be bigger.
Yeah, safety. Yeah, he looks way bigger. Well, I guess Simone Biles is like super
She's tiny. Yeah, she's like 4'10" or something. So
yeah.
That's actually pretty as high as she could get, I bet. But yeah, we got LeBron in the Goodfellas T-shirt, Russell Westbrook in the Pearl Jam T-shirt.
I saw Pearl Jam in concert once.
For real?
And my dad used to babysit the lead singer or some shit like that.
Eddie Vedder.
Yeah.
Your dad was his babysitter.
Some shit like that, yeah.
That's one of those facts that you don't think is that interesting, but if you tell any white guy over the age of 40, they will go crazy.
Really?
Yeah. Seriously. Anytime you see anyone, like, just anyone you talk to at the Cellar that's like over my age, they will go nuts when they hear that.
Really? I'm going to tell everybody. They were good in concert. They were like really good in concert.
Yeah, they're good. They're one of those bands that like people will go to see, like kind of like Fish or like the Grateful Dead. Like you'll see them a million times because they're always a little bit different. They put on a really good live show, so you always want to see them over and over again.
Yeah.
It's like a comic who tries new stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's great. Always. You're always like, what's gonna happen?
Yep.
Yeah, I used to work at the Barclays Center. I saw them and I saw a bunch of people. And I was not excited when I saw them on the lineup, but then they're actually good.
Did you recognize any of their songs?
Yeah. I was like, oh, I didn't know these guys made these songs. It was great.
Yeah. Jeremy, all right. I fucks with that. Speaking of NBA players, Richard Jefferson, former New Jersey Net.
What is he reffing?
Reffing the Knicks Summer League game.
No way.
I don't think he's becoming a ref. I think it's like one of those like Summer League fun things. Like, hey, I could be a ref, but I feel like he shouldn't do this. I think players should be players and refs should be refs, and they should never cross.
I agree. I don't think players should ever become referees. That's a lot. You could become a coach, but a referee, that's a lot.
Yeah, it's just I don't know, man. It's like you're a player. Yeah, refs are like your enemies. You can't be there.
I also feel like players, they have too many friendships with other players. They're gonna ref kind of like lopsided.
Yeah.
So
here's old Baron Davis.
That's Baron Davis?
Yeah, isn't it sad when NBA players get old and they're just like, I mean, this guy was great, and now he just looks old, man.
That's the OBD.
OBD. Wow. Instead of ODB, OBD.
Baron Davis.
Oh, man. Cool Kobe t-shirt.
I still remember his dunk on Andre Kalinko in the playoffs.
You
don't
can't
remember
have that haircut with that hairline.
No, that's a terrible hairline.
It's kind of like how when Coolio still has like his little braids, but he has like very little hair left. But it's like his signature. But Barron doesn't need to do this. Barron's like a movie mogul, right? He produces movies now and stuff.
Really?
Yeah, he's big. He's like a big Hollywood guy. He's one of those guys like Magic Johnson who like moved out of athletics and like really knows what he's doing.
Good for him.
Here's Damian Lillard at Summer League pretending to be on the phone, but he's faking it because it's got his email up.
Wow, what a weirdo.
He just signed for 2 years and like 125 million, so he could do whatever he wants.
You know what he's going to do? He's going to continue to not win a championship. That's what he's going to do.
That's right. He said, just give me that money. I'm going to stay in Portland. I don't care.
I like how he's trying to make it seem like he's loyal. It's like, nah, bro, you want money. And I get
It's all about the money. Yeah, it's only 2 years, so he'll still be fairly young. Then he can go get a championship somewhere else. So here's Trae Young. This is speaking of bad hairlines. Trae Young has like the worst hair in the NBA, but now he's learning and he's wearing baseball caps.
Yeah.
You gotta hide. You guys, I'm not even gonna show you guys a picture of how bad his hair is.
Trae Young is one of the strangest looking people I've ever seen.
He looks okay here though, because when you don't see the hair, he looks normal actually.
Yeah, he actually does look almost normal in this picture.
But when you take that off,
I can't remember who he's
I think it's Michael Porter Jr.
Okay.
and PJ. And then this is going to be the new star of the NBA. This is Chet Holmgren.
You believe in him?
No, I mean, no one with this face should ever be a star. He looks like he's a star of that show Hee Haw that used to be on TV. This is just a weird hick
He looks
that
like
somehow
a
grew to
Roald Dahl
7 feet
character.
tall. Yeah,
Really?
right. He looks like he came out of
Looks like
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
in what's the shit in oh my god, the Ben Stiller movie where he's a model.
Yeah, he's doing Blue Steel. He's Zoolander.
Yeah, when Zoolander had the like, he's like, you're a mall.
Oh no, you're talking Tropic Thunder when he did Simple Jack.
You're right.
Simple Jack.
You're making my eyes rain.
Yeah, that's what he looks like.
But yeah, man, this is the guy. He's real skinny. He's got to fill out, or he's going to have a lot of leg injuries. But he's looking good in Summer League, which usually doesn't help. But anyway, speaking of things that have filled out, here is this new breed of giant water lilies. Check out these things.
That's fire.
You think this could support your weight, Eagle?
I don't know, man.
Would you have sex on a giant lily pad?
Michael, is it slimy?
I think it's probably a little bit slimy.
I don't know if I like that.
All right, if like the most beautiful woman in the world, like
like
your
a wet
biggest
leaf.
celebrity crush, said, "Sleep with me on a giant lily pad, but it's going to be slimy." Would you do it?
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah. And then here's another cute animal for our the chat needs the cute animals. This is a turtle in Central Park that's got grass growing on his shell.
Oh
my
my god, that's dope.
That's good hair. You know, that's a good look.
That is so cool.
And I think he's got a goatee over here. I can't tell if this is a goatee or just like a shadow.
I'm gonna take a picture of it. Can you actually go back to the lily pad too for a second? I want to take a picture of both.
Yeah.
This is so cool. Oh man, you got some cool pictures. These are cool. All right, go ahead. What's next after these?
All
are
right.
fire.
Then we got our funky turtle, and then I think, and then we got a couple things that I photoshopped way back in the day. So,
oh, I'm taking a picture of this.
so I remember there was this picture of Kanye and Dave Chappelle. This was probably like a year or two ago, and I thought it would be really funny if I like used Microsoft Paint to put Eagle in it. And I posted this, and I think people thought it was just real. Like, I don't think people even thought this was
real.
It looks real enough, and so people were just like, "Whoa, that's awesome," and didn't get that it was like a joke. Like you weren't there with them, but it was so believable because you do cool things. So maybe it could have happened, right?
I'm gonna put this on my Instagram and just let people go crazy. This is hilarious.
Yeah. I'll send you the pictures, so you don't have to take a picture of like
Send me the picture.
computer
This is
screen.
So funny.
And then, of course, Eagle, even as a child, has been going to cool things because if you remember, he also went to Diddy's white party in the Hamptons one year with Al Sharpton and LL Cool J, Diddy. Is that Lennox Lewis? Who is that?
Bro, you gotta send me these. These are
And
great.
and Russell Simmons, of course. And there's Eagle, baby Eagle in his white outfit.
These are fucking hilarious. You gotta send me these. Let's send that to my mom.
This one's a low resolution. It's very pixelated.
So funny.
I think that's the end of the slideshow.
It's great.
How do I get out of this? All right, stop sharing. There we go. That was fun, right?
Oh yeah. I didn't think anything was gonna top the turtle with the grass, and then you showed me with Chappelle and Kanye, and I was like, oh boy,
It doesn't get better than that.
man, that was fun.
Oh, now I can see the chat again. This is awesome. Oh, and Judy is telling us that there's rain and wind where she lives. Judy, where are you? New Jersey? I hope it's not coming to us here in New York.
Those are probably my my top 2 favorite artists of all time. The top 2 or 3. They're in my top 3, both of them.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you defend your favorites. You're one of those guys who will. You're not, even if people are haters, you will always you'll never give in.
That's right.
That's good, because I'm the opposite. If someone tells me, if I'm like, oh, the Beatles are great, and then you're like, nah, actually the Beatles kind of suck, I'm just gonna be like, yeah, I guess they kind of suck. I'll be like, you got a good point there too. That's true. You know, there are some things that weren't great. That's how I am about that. So anyway, Eagle, where are you gonna be this week?
This week, I'll be at the Cellar. Can't set me up. I know this is a plug.
That's right. Don't mention any other clubs. You're gonna be at the Cellar. Actually, I started looking at the schedule right before this. I saw you're there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Sunday, you're doing that Race the Movie, the Play.
You guys should go check that out. Race the Movie, the Play. That's really good.
I hear good things. Brett Raybould is so funny. He wrote this ridiculous parody of like those Hollywood. What is it? How would you describe it, Eagle?
Oscar bait race movies.
Yeah, so it's like a parody of these Oscar bait race movies, and it's like winning awards. This thing, it's really exciting. And you're playing one of the characters. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then you're also at the Cellar, and you do these secret shows, right? So like you have these secret shows. It's like a monthly thing you're doing.
I do. Follow me on Instagram, and I post about it. I do it once a month in New York. I basically just do an hour in New York once a month.
Yeah, so follow him at EagleWit Official, just like it says there on his screen, and you'll get all the details about that. Mike, where are you at this week?
Follow me at Mike V. Suarez. This week I'll be at the Stand on Thursday. I'm out of town the rest of the month, but I'll be at Laugh It Up Poughkeepsie the first weekend of, last weekend of the month.
Awesome. And you can find me on Twitter at Alon Altman and on Instagram at Alonstagram, ELON-stagram. And tomorrow I'm at Stand Up something. Let me see what it's called. I don't even know where I'm at. You have those days where you're like, what show is this? It's at a place called DTUT. It's called Stand Up Town. And then this weekend, I am at a place called Vacation Village opening for Modi. It's a Jewish summer home community in upstate New York.
I take it back.
So it's, the show's going to be great. And if any of you are up in actually, it's near where your mom lives, Eagle. She's in Port Jervis, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is up near Monticello. They're like really near each other.
You played Monticello in high school. I remember that.
Yeah. So Monticello, you played in high school, and if there are any Jewish kids on those teams, they might have a summer home at Vacation Village, where I am going to be on Saturday. But anyway, guys, it was really great. Eagle, great to have you on here. Really, really great to be here again, guest hosting. Thanks to everyone in the chat. Thanks to Mike, as always. Thanks to the Comedy Cellar, the greatest comedy club in the world. Wouldn't you agree, Eagle?
Absolutely.
Yes. And next week, everyone, please join us again next week at 6. Dave Juskow will be back. He'll give us stories about being in Ireland with Jeff Ross. I'm sure he'll have a lot of ridiculous photos. So look forward to that, and have a good night, everyone.
Good night.